Hello, welcome back again. We've got a fun one today. We've got another situation battle this time. This one is... So it's the Battle of Jaburo, but from the surface this time. And we've got 8th MS team stuff. So I am in, clearly, the RX-79G ground-type Gundam. I don't know why this is one of the ones I actually list the serial number for. I think it's because it's one of the ones I actually remember the number for. I don't know, but it's the ground-type Gundam, as mentioned already from the 8th MS team. This one's a fun suit. I find it to be one of the ones that is a bit on the underrated side. I don't see a lot of people actually running it, even within its point range, or within its point range, I guess I should say. Obviously, you're running it within its point range if you're running it at all. But yeah, I don't see a lot of people using it. The beam rifle on it's pretty great. It charges decently fast, stuns charged, doesn't stun uncharged, but does some decent damage, as you can see there with the charged shots. You can pretty easily switch from that to the chest Vulcans, which, like most Vulcans, you can shoot while moving. It does decent damage uncharged, too, so you can change... I mean, okay, actually, it helps that I'm shooting at another raid, so I've got advantage on the shots, but even so. Plus, I think... Yeah, this one's sitting at a higher point range than a lot of the other things on the map as well. This is sorta... Yeah, these guys are kind of the elite units in this case. Nothing here is super elite. Like, some of the other situation battles have, like, the 1 or 2, like, elite suits. This one is less so the case. The point ranges aren't as huge of a difference, but it is the higher point range thing in this map. So I'm going to be doing a lot more damage than some of the other stuff. That said, I think the flight-type Goof, which I was fighting, is at the same point range. Oh, but here's the... Oh, okay, I failed to use it here. But one of the things I really like with this suit that a lot of people... People have some mixed feelings on, I think. Actually, I don't think anybody's actually said they're great. The flash bombs that fire from the chest Vulcan. It's not the chest Vulcan, but the chest multi-launcher to fire the stun grenades. You can fire them while boosting, as you saw me do there, and if you can get good with that arc, you've got a boost, move in, stun while moving in, switch to beam saber setup. It's very cool. But you gotta get good at that arc, because it's pretty easy to mess up the shot on that. They're a little bit weird. I think they can also be blocked by shields. Not completely sure about that, but I think that's the case. We're gonna get a nice sniped shot there. I think, yeah, we failed to save our ally with it. Shot a little bit too late for that, but you're gonna see me use the stun shot properly there. That let us get in, knock him over. Unfortunately, since we were out of boost, we couldn't follow up. I think we hit the... Yeah, I think we hit the ground with that one, because with the rise, it's a little hard to see the actual ground itself with the underbrush here. Moved a little bit too close. I didn't think I was going to get hit. I thought I was outside his range, but clearly not. Gonna move in, get that stun again like that. We didn't stun with the swing, though. I guess I timed that a little bit too early. But we ultimately did get the kill, and we're moving in to attack this guy here. This looks like... Yeah, I've got disadvantage, so this is the enemy support type. We're helping our allies take down, but since he's out now, we're turning around, helping out number 2 here with his fight, and the whole team is just bearing down. Yeah, I think we took out the rest of the enemy team. Just based on the fact that we're all conjoined together to wipe out that guy here. But we're moving as a singular unit, as you can see, which is helping us actually perform well. Enemy's not too far behind us, though, so the teams are... We're doing alright either way. They can still make up... Well, they can still make up the score. It's pretty early in the match. I would hope they could still make up the score. I guess it's not, like, super early in the match. It's more like halfway through the match. But even so, there is time here. I was trying to get an angle, I think, to make sure I can help back him up, but he's getting that fine. We're holding our front line here. I don't want to move forward too much, as it would leave me too exposed, but I'm trying my best to make sure I'm backing off a little bit so that my ally there can peek. But when I saw this guy pop around the back, turned around to help protect our support type, got the stun with that. missed with the flash bomb, and this is what I was saying before about you gotta learn that arc. Went right over his head and did absolutely nothing. But we did move in, get the kill with the saber anyway, protected our support type in the process. It looks like our allies did a fine job of blocking the enemy advance as well. He is getting a little damage though, you can see number 2, so we are moving up with him, helping push that forward advance. And hey look, that's the enemy support again. Interesting. Are those supports got hit by something? I think that was a grenade throw. I don't think those were both supports. I think that was... It may have been. I don't know. Nah, it can't be. I can't think of which support has grenades like that. The enemy's got the heavy arm types. Heavy arms, the Zaku heavy arms is a pretty fun one. I like... What did I like taking with it? I think you can take the Magella Top Cannon and the Zaku Machine Gun. We actually got something with that. I actually didn't think that hit. But we did get a stun. It didn't help us, but it did help our allies, so good enough for me. But we're moving in here, got that kill sniped there. Really, that work was done by our allies. Missed the beam shot, sadly. We could have gotten some damage off that. That would have been preferable, obviously. But I'm moving in, got the flash grenade ready, hit the flash grenade there. Probably should have done the downswing to follow up with that, but ultimately we did kill with the beam rifle, so still got what we wanted out of it. Moving up on top of the hill, trying to push that advantage, so it's like the entire enemy team's wiped. You can see when those actually land, they can do some decent, they stack some decent damage. I don't know if you've noticed, but those have like the worst spread out of any of the Vulcans, I'm pretty sure. Maybe there's something that has worse, but this one's Vulcans are just... They're not great. They help. And honestly, I think it's a fair trade-off, because this beam rifle is really good. It does decent damage. It stuns pretty... Like, the charge is pretty quick. I feel like I should have... I didn't notice him when I was moving in, the raid there, the ACT guy there. I really should have focused my attention on him instead of the guy over the ridge like I was doing. But we're going to get a little isolated here, and pretty decently demolished by the enemy team. Missed the beam rifle shot, unfortunately. I wish we could have traded there, but no, we got taken down by 3 guys, so it is what it is, I suppose. I think we did okay, all things considered. We've still got the lead, thankfully. And I am still going to have time to spawn back in with where the score currently is. It's still decently close, though. I'm pretty sure they could still pull this off if they manage to take the rest of the team out here. Because again, it is pretty close, but luckily we are holding our ground. We've actually got a strong defensive line right here, which is what's allowing us to do as well as we can right here. Got that stun again. I managed to land that a bunch on him today. That's pretty cool. And you can see that beam rifle. Wow, he rolled through it, but you can see how the beam rifle can stack damage pretty quick if you land those, even with the uncharged shots. Like, it doesn't stun, but if you don't need that stun and you're just doing uncharged shots, you can chain them pretty well to stack some pretty good damage. It's a good suit. And I got some good scores using it today. Again, I don't want to brag too much about that because it is the highest cost thing in the room, right? So I would hope that I'm sitting with decently high scores since it's one of the higher cost things in the room. Even so, it was pretty fun. I got a lot of clashes with the Goof flight type, which threw a praise at me, and if I hadn't thrown my praises out already, I would have returned the favor there, so... Little sad about that, I suppose, but also my team did really good, sticking together and pushing the advantage when we had it, and keeping a defensive line when we didn't, which is really fantastic. Like, the team really did fantastic on this one. It was part of why I wanted to show it off as much as I did, because you don't always see that. Sometimes you see a team that just does bad. This was not one of those teams. I was very happy. But that's this video for today, and we will see you next time.